Hello, and welcome. My name is KK, Karen Kane, and I am a spiritual life coach. I help people heal people in recovery, which is basically everybody, people who have suffered. I help them heal and live a happy, healthy, and free life. Yes, it is true. You can live a happy, healthy, free life. However, you're still going to have your ups and downs. It's just life. I'm really coming into realizing the truth about life, and that is it's all about balance. And there is opposites, always opposites. Opposites of good and bad and black and white. And, you can't always live in the high. No, there has to be some lows. Of course, unless you're an addict and you're high all the time. But that's not any way to live. And if you are an addict or in recovery, you know that is no way to live. If you are watching, let me know where you're joining from. That would be awesome. It is a little late on the East Coast, but this is just to talk about true grit and what is it. And when I looked it up, because I really feel like I'm a dirtball right now. I literally have paint all over my legs, dirt under my fingernails. I probably have just dirt, and I'm just I'm totally gross right now. And that's why I wanted to go live, because I chose to go within this weekend, really just be in my thoughts. And a couple things that are coming to me through this process are, relationships are one of the hardest things that, we have to come in contact with when I just got a text from my ex-husband, but I can't read the whole thing. But I love you, Nick Kane. I've got Robert Smiles. Hello, welcome. So I'm coming to realize true grit is really something that I had this weekend. Instead of goofing off and thinking about like, oh, I should post, and I'm used to doing that, once a day, and to just take that time to be in my thoughts, my own personal thoughts and my own personal world. And because I'm coaching a lot, so I'm interacting with people and helping them with whatever they're going through. And a lot of times, a lot of times I'm focusing on that. And then I'm thinking, oh, well, where's the time for me to reflect on what's going on with me, so that, I can be in that happy, healthy, and free life as well. So, you got to walk the walk, right? So if you're not, then how am I going to show up for you guys? And a couple things, it's been a pretty heavy weekend, I'll be honest with you, pretty deep thoughts, deep thoughts with Karen. Hi, Elliot. Actually, I saw Elliot this weekend. That was one of my finer moments that you saw me. I feel like it went downhill from there, but downhill, I don't know, right? Because everything happens for a reason. I do have my honey badger shirt on, so I am relentless and I won't quit, which is the true grit, right? So I did look up true grit. It also said it's not a word you hear very often. Thank you for the like, whoever that was on Facebook. Grateful for you guys to show up here for sure. It was great to see you as well, Elliot. I hope you had a fun time. This is a great fair. I got some cool artwork. And some cool jewelry. Yeah. So true grit you don't hear very often. Does anyone know what it is? I definitely have true grit, but this weekend especially, I'm sitting here with. I'll tell you what I went through this weekend. but I did some true grit. So, what does it mean to have true grit? Passion and perseverance. Passion and perseverance. Who has it? Who has it? Elliot had a good time at the fair. Awesome, awesome. So passion and perseverance. Does anybody else have that? Anybody else have true grit, passion, and perseverance? Goals are set. I can't even read my writing. And follow through. A person who I wrote it down. I can't read it. Hold on. I'm going to go to the computer. Okay. A person who works really hard to follow through on commitments has true grit. It is not a word you hear very often. Passion and perseverance. Goals are set and followed through. So what happened? Oh, Elliot says, me. That's awesome. Yeah, passion and perseverance. Absolutely. So as I'm sitting here and my whole entire body hurts, I worked so hard this weekend. I really worked so hard, like physically worked so hard this weekend. I went all in. I'm trying to think. I guess yesterday I rested during the early part of the day, but then I decided, you know what? There's this thing that's been lingering on my to-do list. It's been at the top for months now. And this is a long weekend and I don't have any plans. So you got to paint the room. You got to paint the room, Care. And so what time was it? It was probably almost 5 yesterday when I finally started it. And so I painted a room last night and all by myself. And as I was doing that, I was alone and I was in my thoughts and I started to get sad. And I started to get sad because I started reflecting on the people in my life and what happened for me through that narcissistic relationship that I was in and how I was in it for so long. I became that person or trapped in their nightmare, a little bit of both. And took a really long time to get out of that, but I'm still not out of it completely because as a spiritual practitioner and doing all the studies and helping people and really wanting everybody to heal, I think one of the hardest things for me to accept, which we do have to accept and we have to let go, and it's just part of life because we can't control anybody and we can't change anybody but ourselves. But I think I had another relationship, one of my close relationships, kind of gave me a scare recently, or last weekend, as a matter of fact. And I think it kind of put me in that PTSD or CPTSD where I got scared that the same thing, I get upset that the same thing was going to happen that happened with my last relationship with the narcissist, that they would just cut me off and disappear. And what I was thinking last night, it was you just don't know what somebody is going to do and what they're capable of, and also what they're putting in their body. So you really don't. You don't know if someone is on something or if they're drinking or you just don't know. And so I think that I got really scared last night thinking about it and reminiscing about my ex and wanting to be able to make peace and know that I wish them well, and that I do believe in humans and I want to see everybody healthy, happy, and free. And It says it's paused. That was weird. Due to poor connection. I don't think it's on my end because weird. It says it's reconnecting. The universe is interacting with Instagram over there. But so I think what I'm oh, thanks, Michael. Mikey. So what I was kind of, as I'm painting this room and I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, I'm all alone, like I'm all alone in my thoughts. We have no control over anybody. Somebody that's really close to us could not be quite in the right state of mind, and they could just, at a blink of an eye, just be gone out of your life. And it scared me. It scared me. So a couple things is that if I am off and on, oh, that's funny because my Wi-Fi, my Instagram keeps saying poor connection. So that was what. So I'm interacting with Mikey on Facebook here. So I was just really alone in my thoughts last night, and my last part of my week, I go hard. Like I really, really kind of like go hard. It's a lot. So by Sunday, I'm just spent. So then decided, okay, I'm going to have true grit and I'm going to really just get this room painted no matter what. And so through that time, I started to get upset, and I reached out to some people and just let them know that I was like sad. So they reached back out to me, and that helped. So don't ever just let yourself wallow in your thoughts, and if you're sad, like reach out to somebody, especially if you are like in addiction or you're in recovery. You don't want to like be alone and isolate. I kind of isolated this whole entire weekend, but like I said, I reached out, and I did need to be in my thoughts, and I did need to like reflect on what was going on and see, comparisons of relationships. So, okay, so this is what I wanted to ask you guys. I don't want to be on here too long. But yeah, so like, I'm just looking at myself, and I have paint on my legs. I got paint on my legs. I'm just like a dirtball. I was worked. So I also, one of the things on the top of my list was to start cleaning up my outdoor area. So I also went to town on the front of my house with a power washer for hours today. And I did all kinds of work with the power washer, the porch, the sidewalk. I mean, I went full out, hours and hours with the power washer, and then I started with some cleaning up in the back. So I just did so much like physical work, and I can just feel my body. I'm gonna take like some Advil, I think, but I took that time to cross off stuff and to cross things off. So I'm not completely done with the outdoor I couldn't do that all in one day, but I got a lot done, and I definitely got the front of my house done. And I wasn't gonna quit, I was gonna just make sure that was done. I literally have like dust in my eyes like burning, just a lot. But also just a lot of my thoughts. So I'm dealing with a situation with one of my really good friends, and this is what I'm learning through this situation is that I'm not going to sit back and allow myself to be codependent for somebody or just ignore my feelings. And if somebody is hurting my feelings, I'm going to let them know. And I'm also going to let them know if I think that perhaps they are not seeing red flags, or they're not thinking things through, or maybe they're not in their right mind. I am going to share this, and if it jeopardizes the relationship, then they're not who I thought they were, or they're on something, or not in their like clear, open mind, right? So relationships are one of the most challenging things that we could possibly ever deal with, because of they're intimate, whether they're just friends or not. It's an intimate relationship. It is two different personalities, sharing and experiences, and I'm finding it more and more interesting to navigate relationships when after going through that last relationship and learning about narcissistic behaviors and traits and toxic people, humans, situations, behaviors. I become so aware. So I know that God gave that pain for me to really be able to help others. So as painful as it was, and honestly, it still is, because it's almost like that relationship before that one. I knew they were going to end the same way, because I did start to see the patterns. And that's probably why this last one ended, because I was like on to him, I was like, it's not making me feel good. I also see a lot of me suffering and watching myself go down this downward spiral, and all these things happening to me, like the cat attack, falling, blacking out, getting stitches on my eye, getting COVID, then getting long COVID, and long COVID turning into like, did I get a concussion from that fall, or was it COVID? Is it the fog? Like, what is happening to me? And now I'm wondering, oh my God, was this all a result from being under like the spell of like a narcissist and being in their freaking nightmare? And here's the thing is, I do want to make this clear, especially if that person or somebody who knows that person is watching, because they very well might be, is that, I will always love that person, because deep down at their soul level, yeah, and I used to always tell them, I love your soul. I love your soul. So I don't love that 3D mask, fake person that, that like tortured me and abused me and left me and discarded me and devalued me. I don't love that person, but I love that person at soul level. So I hope they heal, and I hope they get help. But until then, and then I watched Gaia. I'm kind of like a Gaia junkie. And I watch all these cool shows and, about spirituality. And the bottom line is that it is all oneness, and love is really all there is. So if love is all there is, and we are one, we are energy, everything's connected. I just want to be able to like talk to that person and like just say, hey, I'm sorry, if I hurt you. Because ultimately, if I was with that person, they're like a mirror. So it's, yeah. So we're relationships, we're learning from each other, right? So like we're mirrored to each other. Um, so it's all really interesting. I saw him as like an earlier version of myself. And so I saw how like I made the change. And so I wanted the same thing for that person. So I kind of like was more forgiving about things, and I knew that they could help themselves and they could change, and deep within their soul was like a really cool soul, because we attracted each other. Um and we were together for a while. So I think that like what I'm saying is like in the 3D world, in these human bodies with human emotions and with toxins, like if you're drinking alcohol, that's freaking poison that you're putting in your body, and it's going to affect your decision making. Or maybe like somebody's putting drugs in their body, they also are going to not be on the like same plane as if they weren't. So you just don't know. Like that's the scary part, is you just don't know what you're up against all the time. And I can speak for myself because I am an alcoholic in recovery, and I can tell you I was wearing a mask. I was drinking to cope with situations, cope with relationships. I was self-medicating just to survive. And I made a lot of poor decisions, and I did some dumb things. Hey, John. So now that I, am not drinking, and I've done a lot of healing work, and I am who I am today, I get a little nervous around people that maybe are drinking, or you're not sure what they're doing. Like, you just don't know nowadays. Like, people are popping pills. It's like all kinds of weird shit going on. So, and they could turn on you in a second. People are doing the best they can with what they've got. And that is the truth. I mean, really, everybody's just doing their best, and everybody just wants to be loved ultimately. So stepping into just having full love and compassion for every human is really where I have to get back to after being in that abusive relationship. Because ultimately, I did stay in that relationship, and I learned so much. And that relationship was the best learning experience and growing experience and leveling up beyond what I could have imagined with any other relationship. So, I have to say, it's taking a long time to heal after this one because of the toxic behaviors and the like realization that like I was totally duped. But then also like remembering the good, remembering the good is so strange, because it's like why was there the good and then all the all the other stuff? And that's just because they're unhealed. So then you have to have the compassion and the forgiveness, and I hope one day that, so every now and again I do text this person just to try to make peace, and just let them know I just want the best. Oh, just want the best for them, So, yeah, I just want the best for everybody. And, ultimately it comes down to love, one love, one love. Yeah. One love. So just keep one foot in front of the other. In my opinion, take off the mask and start doing the work and be real, be vulnerable, and just be you. And if you don't know who you are, start to figure it out. Start to figure it out. Because we only get this one body and this one life right now in this body. And I want everybody to live a happy life. Happy, healthy, free, and full of love. So, on that note, I did want to ask you guys, what you enjoy content-wise. Hey, John, from me. I really just like talking about real life and what's going on with me. It's, I can talk about recovery, and I could talk about relationships. I could talk about spirituality. And really, I just want to be me. I've gone through so many different phases of trying to figure out, hey, Patty, how do I get my people and have the community that will talk to me online and to build from there, and where I can help as much as possible. I think that in the world of social media, there's a lot of judgment and a lot of bullshit out there, and I just, I had that keeping it real with KK. I'm almost leaning back toward that. So if you guys want to share any feedback, let me know. But spiritually ascending is where we're at right now, and really it's just all me. I'm just sharing my experience, strength, and hope, and trying to help people live better lives and heal and level up, be empowered. So, just being a positive force of, where you can go to for answers or guidance or help, and know that, that I love you all. And I just, feel a little beat up right now. So I figured I'd share that life is life, and just keep putting one foot in front of the other. Okay? Put one foot in front of the other. If you like this video, click subscribe and follow so you'll be notified when I go live or upload a new video. Thank you so much, you guys, for your time and attention. I hope everyone had a great holiday weekend, and happy Memorial Day to all the veterans, and even all those in active service. Love you too. Lots of wisdom to share. Oh, thanks, Elliot. Thank you. I don't think the comments stay up. I probably have your number. But yeah, just trying to navigate what direction I'm going in. I feel most content by just talking and being myself. I think it's been a kind of a struggle to figure out like my niche. What's my niche? Is it recovery? Is it like narcissism? Is it spirituality? It's just me, just me talking about my experiences, and also just helping people. I am a spiritual practitioner and a life coach and transformation coach and a booty yoga instructor. So, I just share what I know and my experiences as best to my ability to help you all. So that's it. Signing off. Much love. Bye, guys. Thanks again for being here, for your time and attention. Peace.